she said one thing which has stayed with me for it will stay with me. She said that you have an interesting inner world. Telling her once key, sometimes I feel that I don't just have my eyes, but I'm wearing yours also sometimes when I'm looking at certain things. I think that's probably what. There was a scene in one book which was very imprinted because we also, as facilitators, read librarian stories, and one of the inspiring stories was how a librarian, she had sort of changed the notion of libraries, and she was taking down the silence please board. So in our library, there was never silence, which was something invited. All was playfulness alongside learning, reading, playing, whatever. Yeah, like reading as a leisure भी नहीं देखा जाता है या फिर देखा जाता था, या even children are not initially made to feel or have the choice ki, what could reading mean to me. It's always told actually, this and this is how it should be. Something related to padhai, something like a virtuous thing. That's where maybe we picked up how everyone likes to maybe mention ki, I'm into reading. Or someone, when someone says that, they will look at me casually saying ki, maybe I'm not so interested in reading, or there is some virtuous or dogmatic ideas around even reading how the act should be.
Yeah, that's true. It's always been prescribed, and even like the libraries are curated in a way that you only have access to things that are considered virtuous, as you said. In London, I see around, I would say 30 to 40% people in the tube, in the metro, read books, like either on the Kindle or their books. And like now that you said it, I just thought about when I used to travel in the metro in Delhi. I would read books anyway, but there'd be so less people who read books. They'd either just be on their phones, or I don't know what they do if they're not on their phone or on their books. They're just sitting, looking, staring at walls and other people. But at the same time, I think leisure is also luxury, and I think it reflects in the development aspect of it. Like, if developing countries don't encourage reading as a leisurely activity as much because you don't have time for it. There's no space for it. You have to continue to evolve and produce, and there's no time for fun. And that way, I think people in developed countries find that time and fight it back from the society to be able to engage in leisure.
This sharing out with the world, it does warp our sense of expression. In some ways, we would want to write for how it will be seen and received, and that sometimes takes away the joy in writing itself. Why we write and how we would want to express. Very true. That's why that's one of the reasons that becomes like an excuse for not sharing something. Like, I want to not let this go, so I would keep on writing just for the sake of writing. And then देखते हैं कभी एक बार.
If you were to die, and if you get a grave for yourself, or like a monumental piece, whatever, that would have some words written for you, what would you like those words to be?
I'm not sure yet.
I'm sure we wouldn't be, until, because it will continue to evolve. But if there are any that come to your mind, send me a message.
Yeah, maybe there's something at the end of poetry only. Yeah, sometimes I do attribute a lot to. I like to exaggerate and believe in its power to do a lot of things. There was one essay, and I liked that. I was surprised in the first place that UPSC has asked it, and it had the title "Poets are the unacknowledged legislators of the world," something like that. Like, wow. So that is the sentiment, and I don't know, sometimes I feel I would like to underscore wherever, in whatever capacity, go and be the best advocate of poetry, and something about please do this, please look at this, please never let this go away. It's much more into your reach than you think it is. Something of that sort, maybe.